the circle of October. Tomorrow is Halloween, All Hallows Eve. I was doing a quiz last night, and one of the questions I asked is, does anyone understand what the word hallows means? So it's All Hallows Eve, Halloween. Does anyone understand what the word hollows is? And it'd be interesting to see if somebody could type it in there. If you do, great. If you don't, I'll give you the answer in a few seconds' time. I bet you thought you weren't going to have a quiz when you started this evening. Thank you for joining me. I've just flipped over from doing a very impromptu live about the moon phases and moon magic and everything else. And we did a lovely moon meditation as well. We're going to do another one a little bit later on. And obviously a lot of that's to do with the fact that we've just launched our new course on Udemy, which has been amazing. Sacred, sorry, Shannon. No, hollows means saints. All Saints Eve. It's All Hallows Eve, All Saints Eve. And so there's the answer. I don't know whether you had it, but you learn something every day. And let's hope we learn a few more things in the circle tonight. Nice to see you all. Thank you all for joining me. And we're going to get underway. And when we start these things, we normally have a bit of a spiritual chat, if you like. And one of the things that I was talking about today in one of the mentorship programs was, and I actually started to think about it, and the more I was speaking, the more I was thinking, hi Beverly, I was more thinking about, what this is. And as we always do, we always put a number 1 in for yes or number 2 in for no. Is it fair to say that a lot of people within the room have giving some form of message or a reading to somebody? It's 1 for yes and 2 for no. So have you giving a reading or a message spiritually, mediumistically to somebody? Okay. Let's have a look, see what that comes back as. So the majority in the room have said yes. Okay. So I was talking about this earlier on because one of the questions I had was how do we understand fully and communicate via mediumship and working psychically? And where does the blend come from and how does all of that work? Well, interestingly enough, when we were talking about message delivery today and how to do a message, and we can do that now actually, when we talk about mediumship and delivering message, one of the things that I sort of bang the drum about quite consistently is the moving away from what I call is clairvagueness. Okay, so we have all the clairs: clairsentient, clairaudient, claircognitive, all the other clairs. I think there's another one, it's called clairvagueness. That's where you have mediums who stand up, and I'm not down crying anybody, but they stand up and say, I have a grandmother and she liked to bake cakes. Well, do you know what? Shock, most grandmothers in the world baked cakes of that generation. Okay, what we want to be saying is I had a grandmother who used to bake cakes on a Sunday and she used to make a lemon drizzle and she used to drizzle it over the top and she used to put a slice of lemon on it and did it. So what we're trying to do is through all of the courses, through everything I teach, through everything I work with, is to bring some more clarity and evidential mediumship. So we want stronger forms of evidence rather than clairvagueness. Okay, I hope you understand that. But what we were talking about is moving away from some of that, but also understanding how we deliver messages and what those messages are. And in particular, when we're actually starting to give a reading, what we do is a lot of us find working psychically a little bit easier than working mediumistically, because working psychically, you're just working with the person's energy in front of you and you're just bringing all that in, you're understanding, reading it and giving it back to them, where mediumistically we're working upstairs. But what happens is when you're doing a reading for someone, or if you're on a rostrum, you pick somebody out and you go, right, I'd like to come to you, sir. Okay. And then you will be like, and you'll start to read him psychically, and then you'll go in mediumistically, but you'll take some of that baggage in with you. And that's then when things start to go wrong, because you've picked it up psychically, but you haven't got the connection for that one mediumistically. And then it all goes a bit wonky. What we're talking about really, and the reason for that is I did some test reads with these with the students today, last week, and some of them used a bit of their sort of mind. What I mean is they were sort of using detective work rather than the mediumship work, and the ability to be able to just park and sit and bring in this mediumistic side of things and just sit and watch and listen is important. But importantly with that as well, when we come into this space, not only do we want to park our muggle mind to one side, but we also want to take out the psychic elements of it. So if I am doing a reading for somebody, I might start psychically, start working and start reading energy, blah, 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 blah. But when I start to go mediumistically, I want to start to bring in that mediumship edge. So it's like I can just park the psychic to one side, I can park the muggle to one side, and I just want to sit in that mediumistic space. And I never thought of that before, is that why do sometimes the mediumship readings go wrong, or you don't start the connection well? And I'll tell you why. It's because you're still hooked in psychically, or you're still hooked in through using your detective, through your conscious mind. And the reality is you need to park it all to one side to sit in that space, to be able to open yourself up, step into the power, and then start to get some really strong connections with spirit and start to bring through, you know, really good, powerful, evidential mediumship. And that's where we want to be. And, you know, Beverly says we're having a lot of that at our center now. Yeah. And do you know what, though? I think there's two reasons for it, and not to get on too much of a soapbox, but it is one of the main reasons that I try to do what I do and speak in the way I speak. And that is that two things. First of all, they are either, okay, not connected as they would like to be, okay? Or secondly, they are lazy and they haven't received the right training in the first place. Because it is very simple to start a reading and you say, I want to come to you, madam, if I can. And the woman, let's say the woman's 65, 60, 70. It's very easy to, if you just want to do it and say, I got your grandmother with me. And there's a good chance your grandmother's not here. You go generation and you could pull through all of these things. And it's a very general thing. Oh yeah, my grandmother, she did live in an old house and she did have this and she did have that. And it's like, yeah. And I'm like, no, stop. Right, first of all, when we're doing mediumship and we want a connection, the first thing we need to do is find out who the connection is with. So when I get somebody coming in, I want to say, right, who are you? I'm the father. Okay, brilliant. Can you give me a name? Can you give me 3 pieces of evidence that I can link it to them? And that can't be, oh, he had, you know, he used to wear shorts. We used to go on holidays to the beach. Didn't have much money. Of course you didn't. It was 50 years ago. Nobody had much money. We all used to go to the, you know, it's that type of thing. Whereas what you want to be saying is, okay, I've got your dad with me. All right. Ideally, you want to be saying, right, okay, his name's John. And he's coming to me today because he's talking specifically about, you know, the time that you slid down a bank, slit your leg open, and had 22 stitches. Do you understand that? Yeah, okay, brilliant. So I've got your father. He's telling me about the accident you had, and you know, he's certainly with me tonight. Yeah, do you understand all that? Brilliant. Okay, it's because what you want to be able to do is you want to be able to link the connector to start with. Then what you want to be able to do is go back into an old memory link and bring that up. Then bring a message. And then bring something funny. You can also talk about there within the connection. You can say, I sense this as your father. I got a passing of the way, you can explain the way he passed. You could talk about something that was specific to him, and then go into an old memory link, then get into the message, then get into something funny or something nice that's happening around them now, and then get out. And each reading should be anywhere between 5 to 7 minutes, because what you do see as well is when you're doing a reading, or if you're working in a church with a rostrum, is people stay because they get lazy. There's nothing more satisfying than being 6 or 7 minutes into a reading and the lady is just like, yeah. Oh yeah, Brian, my husband, you've mentioned, oh, and the cat Tiddles, yeah, and the dog Ben, and all these things. Amazing. And then you want to stay in there, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to break that link and have to start again over here with somebody who's sat like this, and everything you say to them is like yeah, but you have to, because that's what you're there for. You're there to test yourself, but you're also there to give messages to lots of people. So when we're talking about message delivery, which is really important, it's thinking about how can we very quickly get some, you know, evidential information of who the person is, how they passed, what the relationship is, all of those things. And, you know, it's just amazing. And then you can go into a past memory link, go into a message, and then finish. So I'll give you an example of some of the things I might finish up with. I will say to Spirit, is there any chance you can give me something that's happening around them at the moment? And they might give me something really funny, like, make sure you get the chair fixed in the living room, or, you know, he's telling me about, you know, the time you recently you fell up the stairs and bumped, you know, whatever the scenario is. But it's got to be something, I always believe, that that is a bit funny and a bit wacky and a bit unusual, and a bit that proves two things. One, it lifts the energy at the end of it, because you might have given him a message or some information. It might have been a bit emotional. But secondly, what you want to be able to do is you want to be able to show that those people, the spirit that's come to you is around those people now. Okay, that they're around them now. And that's really important, because I wouldn't know these things. I'm not a stalker, so I don't go stalking people. So when I give some information, it's very much like, what? How did he know that? And there's lots of stories that I can tell you. And the second part, I want to talk about this before we go into the bit of work we're going to do this evening, is I see a lot of people, and we talk about clairvagueness and mediumship and all of those things, and we talk about delivery of messages. We've done it a million times, okay? How many times have we've given a message, all right? And you've got this name, Claire. Oh, Claire, there's Claire. Who's Claire? I've got Claire. But you don't give it. And you give the message to the person, you come off the rostrum or you finish your reading, and they say, oh, that was wonderful. I really enjoyed that. I just wish Claire would have come through. And you're like, what? Yeah, I really come here to see whether Claire was going to come through. And you're like, ah. And you don't want to say anything at that point, because you don't want to be, you know, as if to say, oh yeah, I told him a name and he just regurgitated it and come back to me. No, you don't want to do it. And then otherwise you want to say, I had her, she was here, you know, blah, 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 blah. So how many people have got information that they should have given, haven't given it, and then spoke to somebody and they've given them that information that you should have given? One for yes and two for no. And I think it's one of those common things really that we should do more of. And the reason for it is very much about is that we have to give what we get, and we have to trust, and we have to love, and we have to surrender. And one thing that I said today, which I believe in, is that for us to really be operating and working at the highest possible vibration, the highest state of consciousness, if we like, is that we need to really surrender to spirit and trust spirit and offer full faith to spirit. And I wish my daughter was here this evening. Last night, and I'll give you one of the questions to the quiz. Last night I was doing a charity evening as a quiz master for breast cancer. Okay, so we have lots of women who come high on the bar. They come to the bar. We had 60 people there. And we have a charity night. We donate lots and we give away lots. And I ask the questions. And at the end of the evening, we do this raffle. So everyone puts some money in, they get given a ticket with a number on, and then there's a prize. And one of the girls who was there is one of the best friends of my daughter. And sadly, her father passed away not so long ago. And he was a lovely fella, Colin. And I went to his funeral, and a great guy, etc., etc., etc. And she was there last night, and the raffle was going on. And she had all the tickets laid out in front of her. And I said to Spirit, do me a favor, because I was pulling the tickets, okay? I said, do me a favor, let me pull Karis's ticket next. And when you have the utmost faith and the utmost trust in Spirit, I knew that I was going to pull out her number. So before I put my hand into the bag, I said, Karis, this next one's for you. And I put my hand in the bag and I pulled out the ticket and went, white ticket, 261 to 265. And she went, oh my God, that's my ticket. And she went and got a prize. Now, people may say that was luck. People may say that was whatever it was. I want to say one thing, is that if I didn't trust Spirit or have complete faith in Spirit, I would have asked them to give me a raffle prize ticket winning for Karis, but I would have put my hand in reluctantly and hoped that I would pull it out. Now, probably I would have pulled it out because I've asked Spirit for it. But what I did was extremely brave, because I've actually told Karis I'm going to pull out her ticket before I even put my hand in the bag. And I put my hand in the bag and I pull out a ticket, and it's Karis's ticket. And they're like, how do you do that? How would you do that? And I can't tell you, is the honest answer. All I can tell you is that I have the utmost faith, trust, and surrender in Spirit. And I know for a fact that we have this amazing relationship that they will not leave me hanging, and I won't leave them hanging either. So we have this, mutual appreciation of each other, which is so powerful and so wonderful, but yet I have to trust and I have to surrender to it. I hope that made a bit of sense to you, and I hope you could take something from it. That's just my spiritual talk this week. We're going to move on to something else now. If you've got any questions or any suggestions or any experiences that you've experienced within that little bit of a realm and a section, let me know. Pop them into the comment section, and I'll bring them up a little bit later on. You may have noticed as well, if I'm releasing some of the old circle for a number of reasons. One, hopefully to promote the fact that we do circle and some more people may come, but also to get some more content out. And a lot of the stuff I'm doing is normally 2 months old. So there's always lots of value, A, to you being live, or B, to be able to watch the circle within 2 months for you to purchase, which is great. I'm also working very much on a membership website, whereby every week the circle will be done within the membership site, so there'll be 1 monthly fee. I'm also looking to put all of my courses into that site as well, so people can access all of the courses, new and old. I'm also looking to put forums in there, chat rooms, live events, lots of other stuff as well. So, and it's going to be very much profile based. So people will register, you can have your own blog, you can have your own profile page, you can have your own values, you can have your about me, you can comment, and we'll create a leaderboard, you can get different points for all different things like that. And we can just all come together in one space, and I can put all of my video content, audio content, I can put everything in there, and then we'll tag it all. So you can, this week, if you want to look at psychic, or you want to look at mediumship, or you want to look at whatever it is, you can do all of that as well. And then we're just looking for a monthly fee, which is going to be, hopefully, I pray to Lord, is going to be the one that's going to really game change the Well Foundation and the Well Centre, because we are raising funds. We're also spending some funds on IT software and all bits and pieces, but ideally that would be the one that we could get, 100, 200, 300, 400 people on a sort of a monthly subscription, being able to, be able to, A, to be able to afford it, but B, also to be able to get access and all the information, and have a wonderful support network of people who care and are like-minded like ourselves. I'm going to ask another question now. How many of you here have done remote viewing? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Okay. So pretty much nobody, which is fantastic. Okay. All right. How many in here would say you have psychic abilities? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Okay. Well, I like that, Shannon. 1-ish. Yeah, I love that. It's made me chuckle. So remote viewing is basically us being able to kitty sometimes. I like that as well. The ability to remote view for me is very much about being able to connect into the higher state of consciousness and be able to sit and transport our ideas and our minds, because I believe we're all connected via the higher state of consciousness, and it's about being able to tap into that and then be able to sit and transcend your thoughts, okay, and just sit in that space and just ask, to be shown information, or shown where something is, or shown where certain bits and pieces are, and then just sit and wait to see what information comes back. But we just connect. We really think about connecting up into this big higher state of consciousness, this, if you like, digital conscious network here, that you can send your thoughts up and just sit and say, I'm going to connect into the higher state of consciousness, and I'm going to be shown everything that I'm going to be asked. And then you just sit and you allow your mind just to focus, and then you just, information that comes in, you can pick up and work with. Okay, so obviously there is a lot more complexity to actually nailing down remote viewing as a, you know, to the nth degree. But what I wanted to do tonight is just have a bit of fun, okay, and to see whether or not we can do something here. All right. So in a minute, I'm going to ask you to follow me. But importantly, I have 3 items in front of me. Okay, 3 items, not including my keyboard or my microphone. All right, I have 3 items in front of me. And what we're going to do in a minute, I'm going to ask us to connect into the higher state of consciousness. I'm going to ask us to sit. And when we connect into the higher state of consciousness, we set the intention of being shown the 3 items that is on Julian's table. Okay. And then we sit and we keep sending like a thought up. Just keep that pipe open. Okay. All right. Do we understand? 1 for yes, 2 for no. You can all put ish if you want. Okay. All right. Okay, good. So what I want you to do now is I want you to sit comfortably. I want you just to close your eyes. We take a deep breath in. We hold it and we breathe out. Just follow your own natural breathing rhythm now. And what I want you to do is I want you to send the light from the top of your head up into this beautiful higher state of consciousness, which just sits below the spirit world. Okay? I want you to send an energy and the light up there. Feel it go up, up, up. You may even feel it click in. Send that light up, send the energy up. And I'm going to set the intention for you now to be shown the 3 items that are on my desk. Send the light up, send it up, send it up. You're now going to be shown the 3 items that are on my desk. Send the light up, send the light up, send the light up. Now you have the ability to be able to remote view my desk and see the 3 items that are on there. Sit and wait and be shown. If you feel the energy drop at all, send the light up, send the light up, send the light up. You'll be shown the 3 items that are on my desk. You may see them, you may hear something, you may feel something, you may sense something. Just remember what you see, feel, and hear. Send your light up, send your light up, send your light up. Now, as you sit here now, I want you to just have this conscious thought in your mind that you now have a bird's eye view of my desk. And as you look down, you see the 3 items that are in front of you. Make a note of those items. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your eyes and try and remember what you saw. Now, as always, if you would like to come on, you can put the number 3 and I will get you on as a camera. If you did see anything, if you did sense anything, if you did feel anything, if you did hear or see or anything else, okay? If you saw nothing, it's not a problem. If you saw lots, it's not a problem. This is just a bit of fun to think about how we can connect up to the higher state of consciousness to be able to see, feel, and move things. Did anybody see anything? If you want to put the number 1 in the column. Okay, Kitty. Sven Nova. Okay. Sven, I just want you now to close your eyes, okay? Clear your mind. And I'm going to try and send you the 3 items. Now you may hear, you may see, you may feel, you may have nothing. But let's send it via the higher state of consciousness. Did you get anything then, Sven? Okay, doesn't matter. It's fine. We need to practice on just parking your mind to allow the space for you to connect to the higher state. Okay, there were 3 items on my desk. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to write in what you feel the 3 items were. Should play some music at this point, shouldn't I? Just type in what you feel the 3 items were. Okay. Okay. So it's not bad. It's a bit unfair, really. But I'll tell you why it's a bit unfair. Because I have 3 items that are in front of me. Okay. And they were a pair of glasses, a pen, and a crystal. Okay. But to the right of me is my little sort of moon altar, which has a wand-ish, an orb shape, and some other crystals. And if I go over there, Beverly, there's a pack of cards. And the desk is like a grey, bluey desk. I don't think I've got a badge though. Okay. There is a pad there as well, a writing pad. There is a stand. I haven't got any keys though, I don't think. So that's, let me see if I can get it back up there, right? Let's get it right. Let's have a look. Oh, it's a bit scary vision now. Okay. Back in the room. It's only a bit of fun, and I thought we'd sort of mix it up a little bit. But it's interesting to see that actually, if I go through things, there's a lot of stuff on there that makes sense, really. Yeah, Shannon, you just had that gut feeling. You had the cards, you had the ball, you had a pen, and you didn't do bad there. When I saw the pencil and the rock, I saw something black. So yeah, it told me you saw. Oh, well, that would have been these then, the glasses. Okay. So you saw that. You saw that. And you saw, well, you probably saw that. It looks black. There's black, look. Whew. Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. Well done. I'm actually thinking about doing something on remote viewing because I think it's a really interesting tool to be able to use, to be able to connect into the highest state of consciousness and to be able to do what you guys just did, to be honest. Sven, just amazing. That was, you know, yeah. And the great thing about these things is as well, is that you're right, Shannon. It's all about confirmation, and that confirmation builds trust. And that's something that we need to do. And you all had something, and that's just, you know, you all had something, which is amazing. That's fantastic. Well done. Sven, we'll work on you, son. We'll get it going. We'll make sure that you're living the dream with remote viewing in a very short period of time. I'm just going to take a drink. Nobody had my glass of, my pint of gin, though, did they? I wish. An aura course, that would be a good idea, Bev, wouldn't it? That would be wonderful. That's something we could do as well. So thank you for that. I hope you enjoyed that. It was a bit of fun, and just, you know, it's difficult sometimes to do online stuff because when you're doing a circle with people around, you can say, right, you two split up and you two split up and you do this and we'll do that, and you know, let's look at this, and we can do, you know, we can do psychometry. So I can say, right, hold that for me, where does that come from, what is it about, and you know, all those sort of things. Or we could try and work with the crystal ball, my crystal ball, which I love dearly, and all of those things. We could do it, but it's a little bit more difficult online because obviously I need to tell you the information, you need to be able to do it and then come back to me. So I thought that that was good, and it worked really, really well. And that is just, you know, again, that is just, we did like a, what was it? All of you had said that you hadn't done it before. We did a 3-minute how to remote view, and shebang, you nailed it. Thank you for that. Right. We're now going to go into a meditation. All right. As I said about the meditation course, and if you were on my Facebook Live just a few moments ago before I come on here, we're now at the moment which is in the waxing crescent moon. There's 8 phases of the moon that we talk about in the course, and all of those phases really have different intentions and different phases and different things that we need to do. And the new moon, we start with our new intention, a manifestation, and then we move through all of that until we get to the full moon, and then we come back the other way and start again on the new moon. All right, so there's 8 phases to it. And the great thing about the course that we've done is that if you purchase the course, always try and look at the different phases. Now you can purchase the course and go right through it front to back, which is great, but then think about using the course through the phases of the moon. All right, so at the moment, if you've gone through the course and you've done it, great, and then you're thinking to yourself, well, what am I going to do now? Then go back through and do the waxing crescent. All right, and you can easily find out what phase of the moon it is for you. Just go on Google and say, what is the moon phase I am in right here, right now? And they will give you that information. So then you can easily go into that, which is great. So we're going to do a moon meditation now. All right. And the moon meditation, I don't even know which one we're going to do yet. All right. Because I haven't been told. So all I know is we're going to set up and then we're going to see where we go. Is everybody ready for a little meditation? 1 in the book would be wonderful. Okay, good. All right. As always, I'd like you to be sitting comfortable and ensuring that you can have some quality time just to yourself to be able to sit and be. Okay. I'm going to stop the video as well so I can get a little bit closer to the mic and you can focus rather than looking at me live. You can look at me on a photograph. So I'm going to move forward a little bit. Put my glasses on. I still don't know where we're going. So let's just close our eyes. Let's get comfortable. Sit in a nice upright position. As always, we're looking to relax and feel comfortable. In essence, park our muggle mind to one side and to be able to sit in the beauty and the love of spirit. With your eyes closed, I'd like you now to follow me, and we're going to take in 3 deep breaths just to let our body know that we are about to connect with spirit and work through meditation. We take a deep breath in, we hold it for 2 seconds, and we breathe out. Take a deep breath in, we hold it for 2 seconds, and we breathe out. Take a deep breath in, we hold it for 2 seconds, and we breathe out. Now we find our own natural breathing rhythm. And within every breath we take in, we feel more and more connected with the space that surrounds us. The beautiful feelings that we have. The amazing energies. And as we breathe out, we just feel more and more relaxed. And as we find our own natural breathing rhythm, we breathe in and we breathe out. We breathe in and we feel the subtle energies around us building, and as we breathe out, we feel more and more relaxed. Now I just want you to imagine that you and I are stood on top of a mountain. And as we look up, we have the beautiful full moon looking down on us and bathing us in some of the most beautiful light we could ever imagine. And as we look out from this mountain, we see the beautiful valley below. The mountain just meanders and caresses into the distance. It's a beautiful, warm evening. You can hear the animals around you all enjoying the amazing peace, the quiet, the beautiful moon itself. The full moon is where we have the ability to be able to manifest all of our intentions. But on this occasion, this full moon, we're going to harness the energy to be able to lay down and ask a loved one to come close. So as we start to walk across the top of this mountain and we walk closer towards the edge, we feel so safe and secure. We know this is a huge, sacred, special place. As you just turn to the right, you see a beautiful little campfire. There's just flickering, the flames are flickering, the crackling of the wood burning. And either side of the fire are 2 blankets. This little campfire just separates it, but gives it that beautiful warm feeling. Allows us to feel so safe and secure. The beautiful smell of the burning wood makes you feel as if you're in the great outdoors. And as you look up to the moon, you see a beautiful eagle just swooping and swooning. You feel so at peace and so relaxed. And I want you to come and sit with me now. I want you to sit on one of the rugs. And as you sit there, I want you just to look around and think about everything that's gone on in your day today. All the things that have happened this week. And I just want you to take a deep breath in, accept and acknowledge it all, and then just let it go. Breathe out. Again, we're just going to breathe in and accept and acknowledge all the things that have happened to us this week. We're going to acknowledge them and let them go and breathe out. And by doing so, we feel so relaxed. We feel so at ease for dispelling some of the negative or stale energy that's around us. I'm now going to leave you for a moment because I'm going to ask a loved one to come forward. Somebody who's passed over, that would like to give you a message of hope, love, and of everlasting love. I ask them now to come forward, and as I step back, I give you that privacy to be with that loved one, to share the fleeting moment, to have that conversation, to give you the evidence of the spirit world, to build your faith, to build your trust, and for you to surrender to the amazing spiritual world that we are so humbled to serve. I'll be back in a few moments. Your loved one will come close. There is nothing more beautiful than spending some exhilarating, emotional, loving moments with loved ones who have passed over. Being able to get the information, the evidence, the love. I am forever thankful and humble to be given the gift to be able to help people through meditation, to sit in these wonderful experiences. Truly blessed, truly thankful, and truly in love. You see me now stood by the side of you, and I just want you to just have those few more fleeting moments. To take a deep breath in, and we breathe in the beauty and the love, and we breathe out. We feel so relaxed. And we say our goodbyes. And we start to walk across the mountaintop, back to the beginning where we were, looking at the full moon, saying thank you, amplifying the connection, the love, the feeling, the visitation, and for giving us this amazing gift. And in your own time, just wiggle your fingers and your toes. Slowly open your eyes and come back into the room. Hello. How was that? Did you enjoy it? I never know, as I always say that, I never know. I never know where I was going or what I was doing, but for some reason I was just really pulled to doing a meditation with loved ones this evening, because I really do believe that we needed that. And I was going to write down on a piece of paper that I feel, as we were going, that it was going to be quite an emotional one, because I could feel the energy change. And specifically then when I was coming back to see you, I felt a lot of emotion. I felt a lot of emotional, I felt a lot of emotion as a group, as a conscious, which was special, and was one of the reasons why I said what I said. I think and you can share your thoughts or not share your thoughts. It's entirely up to you. I understand that sometimes our meeting with our loved ones are private, and so they should be. That's what it's about. If anyone would like to share them, please feel free to do so. If anyone would like to jump on the camera, you can put the number 3 in the column. If not, it's not a problem. I really enjoyed that. So, you see, meditation for me, and I keep saying it, and I hope I keep beating that drum, it is the ability for us to be able to connect with spirit and spend some time in the spirit presence, and to be able to galvanize some forms of wisdom, but also to practice our connection, because the longer meditations are great, but it's all about the power meditation that I do. And it's interesting, I've been doing a mentorship course now for the last 2 months or 2 months, I think. And everybody's like, I've got my own way. A lot of people got their own way of connecting. And then when we start working with the power meditation and they understand the mechanics behind it, then things change. And, I was working on the final session today with some amazing people, and the difference and the level of confidence and evidence and everything is just, honest, it's just mind-blowing. And I'm not just saying that, they're going to write that as well, because I believe that there's an opportunity for everybody to do that. And I'm trying to find ways of how we can do it as a collective and financially affordable for everybody. Okay, I think that pretty much draws this evening to a close. I always appreciate your support, love, and everything that goes with that. It's always great to see you guys here, and I'm glad that I should have said, and I didn't think, that we're now in daylight saving time. So we're probably an hour closer to you, or maybe an hour further away. I don't know which one it is. So I should have said that when I said at 10 o'clock my time. Shannon said I bawled, but I felt like letting go of a lot of frustration. I swear I heard wolves when then you mentioned wildlife. My grandmother appears in dreams with wolves. I swear the more I got frustrated by distractions, the more I could feel her hug and rock me like she did when I was young. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And that's what it's all about, Shannon. And just having those moments. And again, those sensations and those feelings, are yours, and they're so powerful. And, we've got to be so thankful for them. We are blessed, and you know, that's just amazing. And I do feel like, weirdly, I feel as if, you know, one of my, we've all got special powers, but one of my special powers is the form of meditation, and the ability to connect in with spirit, and to take that connection and energy and send it out to people, to be able to amplify their meditations. I hope that works, because a lot of people say to me, I've never been able to meditate, or I've never been able to get anything, or I've never had this. I did your meditation, and it felt, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to connect in. It's not just words, it's that channeling, it's that, all of those things. Beverly says, a beautiful, beautiful time. Thank you very much. Hitomi says, lots of waves of cold air. Nice. Kitty says, saw my friend Father Sam, who studied in the US and planned to return to Nigeria, passed over, on Niger, or whatever that is, and passed over. It's just great that you had those moments, and cherish them, and always be humble, because that's one thing we have to remember, is that we serve spirit, we develop ourselves, and we heal people. And that was a conversation that was taking place today as well, about being able to get out of the way of yourself to be able to help heal people, either through evidence or whatever we want to do it. And I think that's, you know, such a powerful thing. Excuse me. Shannon says, your meditations are always very powerful. I may not get what I expect, but always get something. I guess it's telling me to stop expecting a certain result. Expectation is one of the biggest stumbling blocks to development. Expectation and self-doubt. Okay. Never expect, just accept. Okay. So that's a bit of a saying I always use. Never expect, just sit and accept. Okay. And when you do that, lots of things happen. I hope that makes sense. I hope you've had a lovely evening this evening. We will be doing, will we? Yes. We will be doing a circle next Wednesday, but not the following Wednesday, as I am visiting Arthur Findlay College, and I will be having a spiritual week away. I will be doing some filming and some bits and pieces to do a bit of a video diary, if you like, and some people might like that. And I'm doing a week in trance mediumship. Happy Halloween to you, Kitty. And I hope you have a lovely day. And God bless you all. Thank you for your amazing support. It truly does blow me away, and I really do love you all. So thank you very much for all of that. It is now 11 o'clock in the evening here in the UK. It's been quite a long day, so I'm going to now retire to the bed and put some lovely shamanic meditation on, put my salt lamp on, burn some lavender incense, and just slowly drift away. Sven says, enjoyed the meditation. I prompted to give some feedback about the remote viewing. I'll do that on your Facebook page tomorrow. Thank you. And Berry says, thank you. Look forward to it. Have a great time. Take care. Have a great week. Mwah. And all of you, love and light. Take care. Be love and give love. God bless, and see you soon. And I will forward the recording on tomorrow. Thank you. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.